and I will enunciate.
You do that. What do you think, viewers? I've gone and picked... This video will probably come out early than usual because I've gone and left work early to pick up AIDzee.
I was in the hospital and Angry made me come out of the hospital and said, you got work. And then I'm going, no, AIDzee, don't go. And I was like, I have to. I have duties to Angry Corp. And then they said, no, but it's dangerous to your health. And I said, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm tough like that.
He was having an MRI and so was sedated. So I thought...
Because I don't like the MRI because it's like you go into a big coffin. And they say, it's not a coffin. And I say, fucking anything can start punching it. I say, here, have some of this. And I go, thank you. Because
probably the only thing more fun than a drugged up, sedated AIDzee would be a drugged up, sedated, traumatized AIDzee. Because what's the reason for not liking enclosed spaces like MRIs?
Got accidentally buried in a trench when I was 16 for 15 minutes. It wasn't nice.
Buried alive for 15 minutes under gravel, and then a big tractor had to dig you out and not chop you in half while it was doing it.
Which was, you know... unpleasant.
So some people might call it a phobia, and some people might call it a perfectly natural reaction to a severely fucked situation that he's gone through. I don't know.
I could breathe and stuff. No, I couldn't really.
No, it was sort of, slightly porous.
Through rocks. And then I heard the machine scraping over the top. Yeah, it's not a good sound.
My goodness. So while you're telling your wussy story, I thought I'd open my mail.
I was in the hospital.
Warming up. Got my regular Christmas card from one of my oldest YouTube friends, Franklin, from one of the earlier YouTube videos. Was a chain thing that was done. This is like 6 years ago, an anti-racism chain thing where one person would do it and then one person would post a reply to that and one person would reply. And there was hundreds of these in the chain. And
Angry hates me because I'm white, by the way.
Yeah, half right. And Franklin was the one who replied to mine, and we've been YouTube buddies ever since then. So it's just a great thing like Pogue Mahone.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That's obviously a regional spelling of it as well, Pogue Mahone. Pogue Mahone is the Gaelic for kiss my ass, yes. One of my favourite 80s bands, the Pogues, who are still around. They're touring again. There's this like an abbreviation of Pogue Mahone, kiss my ass. So, yes, from Franklin Joy and Uyson, if I'm probably pronounced that Gaelic name completely wrong again.
It's probably Derek.
Yeah, it's probably Derek. Merry Christmas! I know you usually just send a card, but I thought it was about time to send a little extra. This is him wanting me to send him Tim Tams. This is what this is all about.
That's what it's about.
So I get sweets and chocolates, and let's see what I got. I have got Guinness flavoured chocolate and Bailey's flavoured chocolate. Franklin apparently thinks I'm alcoholic.
Guinness is actually less calories than normal lager.
There you go. So, yes. So, he sent me chocolates with an Irish twist, of course. Think you like it? Spotted an Irish car bumper sticker, which I just showed you. It says IRL, which is obviously their official abbreviation for Ireland, the Republic of Ireland. How many dorks am I going to have to put up with going, IRL, you are in real life. What do you think, that's an imaginary car? Shut up, I'll say to them as I scrape them out from under my wheels as I've run over them.
IRL,
so I got this IRL sticker from Franklin. Pretty sure it's one of the more widely heard of Irish phrases. Yes, so you may have heard it before. If you haven't, give it a go at saying it. Well, see, if I'd never heard that, I'd probably do my shit pronunciation. It says, that appears to be Pogue Mahone. And he'd go, God, you're an idiot. But I know the generally accepted pronunciation is along the lines of Pogue Mahone.
Yeah.
Which is kiss my ass.
I would have thought Derek again.
Yeah, kiss my ass, Derek. Reginald's tower is on here. Do you think Reginald was a very important person?
Well, I really had a tower.
Yeah.
More than what I've got.
In Waterford. So,
I don't have a tower.
This is the warm-up video for Good Fat Wednesday.
My hole got filled in the other day. That's
People don't want to know that.
That's AIDzee's hole. And they
said, it's like
there's
whole porn websites dedicated to that.
You know, it'll sign up and everything. I mean, it was a texter. Okay, it was Biro, but I had a sign up, and then the council guy in the fluoro vest was just filling it in.
And then they're hivies.
Yeah, And I was going, what are you doing? It's Adrian's hole. AIDzee's hole. And they said, you can't have a hole.
Alright.
Oh.
Well, this has been our warm-up mail call, explaining, for people who want to know behind the scenes, if AIDzee seems even stranger than usual, he's actually got a reasonably good explanation for it. Sort of, kind of. Yeah. But anyway, this has been our warm-up, and now we're going on, and we're going to do a wank fat. I'm going to slightly reframe the video so it looks different. Yeah, and then we're going to launch into Wanga Fat Wednesday.
I'm going to complain about being in the hospital again.
Yes, very briefly, I think we will.
Not going to be brief.
Ooh, that was too much.
What are you doing, Angry?
Look at this.
You're all over the place, mate.
And that's, let's see, it's drawn out a bit.
Pretty
You can
good.
see there's the little green
Get good
screen.
shots of the
That's
moon.
sound dampening stuff, which doesn't work. My neighbours can still hear me. My lights, just normal work lights. And
There's AIDzee here.
AIDzee there.
I'm still here.
I reckon that's the framing.
I reckon you're about right. Oh, you fucked it again, Angry.
Yeah, it does.
I was about to say fucked again, AIDzee, because I'm so used to saying that. Triples off the tongue like Waterford Crystal on a hot day. Meh. Oh.
Alright. That's our framing. G'day.
Kate's having a baby.
And I don't give a fuck.
She's got all morning sickness though,
I don't even want to go there.
which is hard.
Yeah, no, it is.
Not for me. I'm a guy. I would
Yeah.
never get morning sickness from a baby, unless I had some very clever operation.
The things I could say, yes, I have, as you know, an expectant dad, been alongside someone going through pregnancy twice, and I felt mildly guilty at the things that I didn't go through, and the degree to which I could open a can of worms on this and say like, oh yeah, sure, you have the morning sickness, but I have to put up with the complaining about it.
That's right.
I have to pretend it's a real thing.
Yeah, that's right.
But I wouldn't say that because that would just cause such a shitstorm.
It's funny when you're on the train, right? Because the guys who tend to look at Kate's having a baby's morning sickness tend to go, oh, there you go, and say nothing about it, right? Because guys are educated in the ways of not getting their balls chopped off. And but the women divide neatly, we were discussing earlier, because we discuss.
We do, we talk before we turn. Despite appearances to the contrary,
Right.
we talk before we turn the camera on.
Yeah, it's usually, Adrian, go out of the fridge! You're not allowed to touch that with that! Get the pubic hairs off the chocolate I'm sending to Derek! Anyway, so we were talking before, and the women have neatly divided down into two camps.
Yes,
on
because
the morning sickness of Kate's having a baby.
Because Kate is being reported to have one of the quite extreme forms of morning sickness. It's required some hospital care. And the women we've seen divide. Men have tended to be a little bit, either been smart and said nothing, or have been a little bit disparaging about it. But
which is all you hear, right? So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But the women...
Two camps. One is empathising, as in, like, don't you belittle morning sickness, it's bad. And the other camp seems to be the ones who actually had bad morning sickness. They're like, I don't have a fucking private hospital with all the fucking taxpayers' money. Fucking harden up, princess! There's been a little bit of that.
Yeah, harden up, princess.
There's been a little bit of that.
And, you know, and I tend to just shirk down a little bit, you know, under my free newspaper on the train. I'm not reading, and I got busted the other day because it was upside down, and I could tell by the pictures. Well, because it was of a gymnast, right? And I was going,
and that tricked you.
Right? And these girls were laughing at me, and I'm going, girls don't laugh at me unless I'm doing something really spectacular with my cock. And they were laughing at me, and I'm going, what? And they go, it's upside down, you can't even read or anything, you monger. And I'm going, no, look, the pictures, oh, hang on. And then I saw a fridge advertised, and it was upside down. So the gymnast was upside down, and they'd done something clever with a camera. So didn't I feel stupid? So I just hung it down into my paper more. It was right side up. I checked. I put a little biro mark where the header was.
And, you know, actually, another pro tip for guys and pregnancy, one thing you can never, ever say as a guy to a woman is, when's the baby due? No matter how obvious she's pregnant and not fat. Certainly, you know, you can't make the mistake of someone looks like they're about 4 or 5 months pregnant, say, you know, even when they're clearly 9.5 months pregnant because they're not overall fat, but they got you can't say it. They could obviously be about to drop triplets. Even if it's your spouse and you got them pregnant and you think you can't say, well, you're huge, when is it due? Never say it. Resist the temptation. No matter how much it seems like a friendly, just never say it.
Don't.
You can't.
You can't win.
No.
You can't walk out of that room alive.
No.
It's a good excuse to have new scars. You'll get them.
Yeah. So, you know, that's our pro tips, guys. Don't belittle morning sickness.
Kate's having a baby.
Kate's having a baby, and never ask a woman when her baby's due. No, even if you run into Kate Middleton and you've had nothing but 8 months of media reports of her pregnancy, and she's about to drop.
I saw the YouTube feed of your vagina, you know, from the scan that they leaked on the internet. Don't even.
I wasn't going to go there, but having brought it up, yes, to a monarch whose husband's in line to inherit the throne, probably don't mention her vagina. I think MI5 would have words to you if you did that.
Probably not words.
They'd probably be very quiet about it, actually. Honestly.
AIDzee was found dead in someone else's car, gassed. Oh, what a shame. He had 2 bullet wounds to the back of his head. We don't know when he got them.
Yeah, before or after he wrote the suicide note that actually had dried blood under the ink.
Under the ink.
We're not asking questions.
Australian cops would let it go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's AIDzee after all. He does weird stuff occasionally.
Yeah, yeah. Stay tuned for more safety tips from us in the future.
He's a zombie anyway. He'll probably tell us who did it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see him. It was weird though. Bag over the head. There was English accents.
And they touched you on the privates. That's how you knew they were English. They'd gone through the English public school system. It's customary. Even before they kill you, they've got to fondle your genitals. All I'm saying is English boarding schools, homes of perverse sexual practices.
Kate's having a baby, which is made all the more special because Will's went to him. Anyway.
They all look like boys when you turn them over. That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't have said that.
Unless with the magic of video editing I make it that you said it. You know, animate your jaw.
That's bloody fair too.
All right.
I was in hospital and they said, don't go, AIDzee. And he said, you've got to go to work. And I went, okay. And they said, don't sign legal documents. And I've signed 20 so far.
That was my favourite one. Like, in all seriousness, I picked him up and they're like, you're not allowed to go on public transport by yourself.
They give him the friggin' list of stuff I'm not allowed to do.
Because you're not trustworthy.
So they go, flash, flash, here you go. And they said he was very good. And I said, I punched the machine twice. So
that was the funny bit. They told me he was really good. Then he told me how many times he freaked out. What the fuck do you normally do if that's good behaviour?
And then I thought, normally when I'm on drugs, I escape. Which is true.
In all seriousness, yes, as I often say when we bring these things up, go over to the AIDzee Code Grey channel and watch the full Code Grey show and you'll hear some of the most disturbing fucking medical stories
I think I want a cigarette now. I think I'll leave.
Yeah. This said to the man who's heavily dosed on ketamine and has 50 million wires and tubes sticking out of him.
There's all this stuff coming with me. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'll cut it off.
Yeah. So, that's probably enough extra features for you today. I'm going to pause this and all things being equal, this will be up much earlier than it usually is because we shot it much earlier.
Booyah!
See you next time.
See ya, you're nice. Subscribe and stuff. Yours not, yours are good.